Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody. We are here December 11th evening, Monday for episode 11. Some astrology in the signs and the stars right there. We just wrapped up Art Basel week here in Miami. We'll talk about that, but it's good to be back on the microphone with you, Juan. What's going on with you? How are you doing today?
What's going on, John? I am happy to be back, baby. It feels good to be back. It almost feels like an eternity
It
since we last
does.
spoke and had an episode. So, as I'm sure our listeners know, we took last week off. As everyone here knows, we obviously have lives, very busy ones outside of the Sports Spectator podcast. As much as we absolutely love doing the episodes here, again, end of year just got the best of us last week, so we did have to make a little bit of a push for last week's episodes, but we're back, we're here, and I'm so excited. We got a slam-packed agenda for today. So all in all, super psyched to be here. So John, you were talking about our Art Basel. Let's go ahead and get
Art
into that.
Basel. Yeah, it was fun. I was away for most of the week with a work event, but my wife got to have the full experience. I caught the tail end of it. I got to see a really cool Miami Dolphins event in finished product. The creative director of the Miami Dolphins put this together. It was really cool. They gave away free T-shirts. There was a lot of art activations in the gallery there. Win 317, and yeah, they had a bunch of graffiti artists there. You were able to graffiti your own shirt. There's some really cool things that came out of there. Met some awesome people. So shout out to Yankee Kicks and yeah, that's the main one I remember. But that was a really cool event. And then we did the Jack Daniels event. We had a group of us go. That was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the back entrance. Sorry, my phone. And sneaking in there. But yeah, I don't know. What was your favorite part about Basel this year?
Dude, Basel is it's always fun because I feel like you really get a lot of people from just like all over the place. I mean, you go out in Miami during the week, and it's just so very clear like who are the locals and who are people just visiting. Because
Facts.
it's now a pretty, I want to say almost like world renowned event that happens where people come into Miami. So there's like celebrities, they're like big time status people, and I feel like it was interesting this year. Just a couple things that I read. I mean, Miami's definitely been on the uptick in terms of like places to be. So Art Basel, I feel like this year was probably the busiest it's ever seen. It's ever been. I mean, I was hearing stories about people being stuck in traffic for like well over an hour just trying to get like to and from the beach. Just absolutely, absolutely ridiculous. But if
Yeah.
anything, it makes me proud to be a Miami resident. It's just kind of seeing how popular the city's becoming, and I mean, I feel like we're almost at this cusp where Miami is becoming just this global hub of things sports, things cultural, things culture, things art. But no, man, it's cool. It was another successful year of Basel.
Yeah, man. As you were going off about Miami culture and cool and artistic, there's either fireworks or gunshots going off in the background of my of my Wynwood apartment right now. So
You
yeah,
bought that life,
but
John?
about that live, I'm locked and loaded, ready to go. Just kidding, just kidding. But yeah, I knew it was Art Basel when last night, even on Sunday evening, as the weekend was coming to its close, I went down to get a late night snack at Joe's Pizza and line out the door. I was like, damn, they're not leaving. But it goes to your point, like you definitely can see, like, okay, these people are not from here. But it's cool. It's your point. Yeah, it's awesome having people enjoy and like be happy to be where you're living and residing. So it was awesome. I loved it. Um, there's one other piece of big news I need to touch on because I didn't get the chance to gloat last week. So this one's for my mother. Roll Tide. FSU, get absolutely wrecked. Get absolutely
Dude.
wrecked. Don't deserve it. It hurts. It's painful. But my last comment before I hand it over to you, Juan, about this, because I can't wait to hear your feedback on it. But when Bama beats Michigan and FSU gets smoked by Georgia, it will all make sense to you, Florida State fans. Just hang on with us for a little bit.
Why they got the fifth seed. I mean, oh man, yeah, we definitely got to talk a little bit of college football here. And full disclosure, as our listeners know, I am a UF grad, so I had absolutely no dog in the fight that was the college football playoffs. But I will be completely honest, I am a hater first and a loser second. Um, so to me, when I saw the committee come out and just so eloquently put both of my most hated rivals, fifth and sixth respectively, and right at the outside looking into the college football playoffs, I was like, Thank you, based God. Like, as a Florida fan, I could not have, like, they just absolutely just torched it. Like, that was, if they were writing like a rap lyric, like they basically wrote flames on paper. It was just impeccable spectacle by the playoff committee, leaving out Florida State and Georgia. Like I said, and I fully admit, yes, I am also a loser. Like, Florida did not even make a bowl game this year because we were that atrocious. We are losing all of our commits, but by God, I am the biggest hater before I am a Gator fan. So, sucks to suck FSU, sucks to suck Georgia. At the end of the day, our degree is still worth way more. And in the eyes of the playoff committee, both of us are still out. So, who's the real loser here at the end of the day? Those are my thoughts on that.
That was a beautiful take. That was a beautiful Florida take. That was epic. I'm a hater before I'm a loser.
Oh, yeah. Like, I will hate well before I admit anything else. So,
yes,
incredible.
Amen.
Incredible stuff.
Amen. Thank you, base God. And I didn't realize, like, yeah, that's beautiful for you guys. Florida State and Georgia. Just
yeah.
Excuse me, please. You need to leave. You need to get out of here. Let the bug dogs eat. What's the quote from the weekend? You're a small puppy, get off the porch. I forget, something like that.
Big dogs stay on the porch, or big dogs stay off the. I don't know. I know the one you're saying, but it's escaping me. On
something with dogs and porches.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Thanks for letting me have that moment, and thanks for that take. That was legendary. So yeah, that's the college football playoff by Sports Spectator. It's gonna be fun following that. But where do we go from here, Juan?
Yeah, man. No, I think there's a lot to talk about. It is currently 8:09 Eastern Standard Time, meaning that kickoff for the Dolphins Titans game will be in a little bit. So we'll probably be recording this episode while that game starts. So we definitely got a lot to catch up on the Dolphins. But yeah, man, super excited for the playoffs. Obviously, you being my co-host here on the podcast, I am a little bit inadvertently rooting for the University of Alabama. I'm a big believer that they will crush Michigan. I hate Jim Harbaugh. He's a good coach, and I respect him, but I don't know. I feel like he just has a really, really punchable face, and I feel like you don't deserve national titles like when your face just looks that punchable. So roll Tide, baby. That's all I can say.
Roll Tide, baby. Yeah, it looks like they're just getting ready to kick off. Sorry, I think our connection got split up a little bit.
No, you're good. We are having a little bit of a technical difficulties today.
Yeah, it's all good, dude. So I used to like kind of stress out about these moments because I was like, oh, this is gonna make like editing more frustrating, but it's really not. It's like better to just kind of like take it in, chill, and just cut it out. But dude, I think we're stable now, right?
It's part of the process. Yeah. I mean, I'm getting your audio. Video, unfortunately not, but let's just keep rolling, dude. Let's go ahead and get into it and talk Dolphins. So yes, definitely got a couple weeks to catch up on. So in the past couple of weeks, we beat the Commanders. That was a big win. We beat the Raiders. That was also a solid win. And assuming that we win tonight, that will put us at 10-3 and should actually have us tied with the first seed in the AFC. So obviously the Ravens won yesterday, handing the Rams a pretty stellar loss in overtime. So right now they were sitting at 10-3. So again, if we win tonight, we will also be 10-3 and also tied for the first seed in the AFC. So we're definitely super favored. I think the money line for the Dolphins was at like minus 1,100, just like something absolutely ridiculous. Tyreek, everything that I was seeing from all the algorithms that people were running, they're expecting that he's going to get at least 131 yards passing. Tua, I mean, at a minimum, he should throw for 300. Tennessee fucking sucks. But I was actually, when I was making some of the content for today, I was curious, like, when was the last time that we played them? I feel like it was maybe a year ago at worst. It's like, no, we had played them 2 years ago. And it's so crazy. Like, it's unbelievable how fast time flies, because I remember that match exactly. It was the year that the Dolphins, we had this. Actually, no, sorry. It was before. It was a different season that I'm thinking of. But I do recall that game. We needed to win that game in order to actually squeeze into the playoffs. and we ended up missing the playoffs, specifically losing that game against the Titans almost 2 years ago. So this one, for whatever reason, feels a little bit more personable. So I'm absolutely looking forward to McDaniel Tua just absolutely shitting on Tennessee. I also think Nashville is overrated as a city. I have not been there, but I think for whatever, I don't understand the hype where girls go there for their bachelorette. Like, I'm just like, dude, it's a bunch of dive bars. It's a bunch of college bars. Like, go somewhere nice. Like, just be better for yourself. Like, there's way nicer places to go than Nashville. Like, if you're just looking for like cheap bars to get drunk at, like, bro, there's plenty here in Miami. So like, why go all the way over there? So I don't get the hype for Nashville as a town.
Girls want to wear cowgirl boots or cowboy boots and wear cowgirl hats
I
and sing
guess,
country music.
but it's just like, bro, then just go to Davie. Like, they have those bars here, but I don't know. I don't get it. I'm not gonna try to say that. I'm not gonna try to empathize and pretend that I understand the average like bride's mind whenever they have these these bachelorettes.
Juan, who do you have smoke with in Nashville? Call him out right now. Let's get him on the line.
Who do I have smoke with in Nashville? Yeah, definitely no one in particular. I have actually not been to Nashville. I guess I just like don't get the hype.
I agree with you. It's overrated. I went there and, it was exactly what you think it is. It's just like a lot of, it's a cool strip. Like it's, colorful and stuff, but like, it's not like it's still like a major road. Like, yeah, I don't know.
So I just don't get it. So I'm excited to hand them a big L. Actually, no, I can recall why I have a big vendetta against them. Will Levis, when he was at Kentucky, he actually beat Florida pretty bad during his last year. And I think my hate for them started stemming from that because I genuinely disliked them as a quarterback. So I think when he got drafted to Tennessee, all of that hatred just kind of like went with it as well. So let's go fins up.
Makes sense.
We're going to kill it. I have a quick parlay for tonight. Dolphins winning, Tyreek catching for over 108 yards. That's also the one that we promoted on the page. That should
I'm going to take that right now.
Dude, go for it. Free money.
Dude, hard rock bet.
Dude, the Hard Rock Bet app. Holy cow, shit. Yeah, we definitely got to give them a shout out. Bro, they finally made betting legal in Florida. At this point, it doesn't matter. I was definitely betting illegally for the longest time. Come get me, I guess. I don't know what to say. So it's definitely good to see that there's finally a platform where the state of Florida allows you to just be an absolute degenerate with your funds on a fairly legal way. When I downloaded it, I was actually telling my girlfriend, I was like, bro, this app's fucking dangerous. Like, it makes it way too easy to add funds and place bets. And it's so colorful. Like, it definitely like overstimulates you, and it just makes it like very addicting to want to bet. So once I downloaded
got the technology beasts that built that stuff out. I remember when I went on one for the first time in New Jersey, I had the same first reaction. I was like, yo, this is like, wow. This is like Elon Musk talking about like AI, except for like right now and for building like gambling addicts.
Yeah, like they definitely got the technology right, and like they know what buttons to press to like really get you hooked on the application. I was like, yo, as someone in tech, I fully appreciate the development and the work that went into this application, because yeah, they're definitely killing it. It is addicting. But outside of that, shout out to them. So yeah, guys, if
please sponsor us.
Please sponsor us. Yes, by all means. We are looking for additional sponsors. And as end users, I feel like we are more than happy to talk about the Hard Rock Bet app. Absolutely sensational. And yeah, man, what better platform to bet on the Dolphins with than the ones that play in Hard Rock Stadium? You got the Hard Rock Bet app, you got the Hard Rock Stadium. Borderline biblical, if you were to ask me. So yeah, man.
Biblical / potential antitrust case? No, they're good. Maybe.
We got to get the law demon back on that to get his takes on that. But in all seriousness, yeah. Again, tonight, Dolphins should definitely take care of business. But looking on ahead, just the remainder of the games that we have left. So we definitely have three that stand out that I think are really going to show how the Dolphins are going to perform in the postseason. The first one I'm going to mention is obviously against your Cowboys, John, who are looking absolutely elite. If no one has said it before, I definitely think Dak Prescott, definitely an MVP frontrunner. He looked sensational last night, and that team looks fucking nasty. And I will be the first one to say I don't think beating them is going to be easy. It's going to be a great game.
It's going
But
to be amazing.
that's going to be a fantastic match. And all I can pray for is that both teams stay healthy up until that point. So that, again, we get a fully healthy Dallas Cowboys team and a fully healthy Miami Dolphins team. I think that's going to be a sensational matchup.
It's going to be probably, when it airs, like the most watched game of the season, potentially of like until playoffs or even during playoffs. Like everyone's going to watch that game. Everyone.
Dude, 100%. I mean, dude, Cowboys have a squad, bro. Like Tony Pollard, I bet him to just simply get over to just get 4 receptions or more. He killed it. He got like 7. Jake Ferguson, stud of a tight end. Obviously, you got CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and also the fucking kicker that the Cowboys had.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, the guy, I started reading up on his story. He used to be a software engineer. Then he actually got drafted by Toronto FC before he was a software engineer because he played at Notre Dame. Then obviously like that didn't work out. He went back to like corporate America. And then he just decided to like start kicking. So he was in the USFL and then eventually like ended up with the Cowboys and was like the first kicker to ever make a 59-yarder and a 60-yarder in the same game. Like, respect.
What a beast.
Yeah, I'll give credit when credit's due. That guy's a stud. Like,
dude, kickers win championships.
They do. Like, I feel like that's a position that gets very undervalued because like no one ever wants to use a draft pick on a kicker. But I feel like if you're a team that you manage to get really, really lucky and you get like an elite kicker, like it's just so nice to know that basically from 60 yards forward, like you have a guy that can basically score points for you on any given offensive drive. So yeah,
dude. It's crazy. Also talking about glowing over kickers. Shout out to Pat McAfee. We'll have to tag him on this. Mm-hmm. The Alabama kicker is the all-time high scorer in college football history.
Really?
Yeah, like most points scored by.
Is that like career-wise or like in a season?
Ever. Yeah, ever. Like all time. Like
wow.
Over his cumulative career there. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I wonder if that's because Alabama scores so much that with all of the extra points that he gets, that's how he got it? Or it's like, because I doubt he's like kicking a ton of field goals.
Yeah, no, I think you're completely right. Like kicking a ton of extra points, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And then, I mean, yeah, he definitely makes a lot of threes. It's funny saying threes, like buckets.
Oh, dude, that's sensational. Bamo just keeps cranking them out, dude, at every position. Doesn't matter.
Amen.
Holy shit. So yeah, obviously Cowboys Dolphins, that's going to be a great matchup. We're going to be there physically in person. So check us out or come find us if you're there. The next one we obviously got to talk about that is part of the gauntlet that we have is against the Ravens. So as I did mention earlier, assuming we win, and again, we should win tonight, we'll be tied for the first seed in the AFC. So assuming both teams keep winning out, I mean, that's basically going to be the match that determines like who gets the number 1 seed. Both teams are stacked. It's going to be really, really good. I'm definitely scared going into both of those matches. But yeah, I mean, Dolphins have been figuring stuff out as we've gone. Like defense keeps getting better. Offense keeps clicking better. So I think by the end of the season, and again, this was the take that I've had all season long, is like, I feel like by the time end of the season rolls around, playoffs roll around, the team's really going to have it figured out. But yeah, those are 2 really exciting matches. We'll definitely be covering those. But I'm excited for those, dude. I'm super hyped.
Yeah, man. Improve every week in McDaniel, we trust.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Every step along the way is just a step towards progress if you make it. And
oh, yeah, dude.
I believe, man.
And then the last match, which actually leads me very nicely into one of the agenda items I had, We of course still have our Week 18 matchup against the Buffalo Bills. They've been absolutely sucking. So I'm fairly confident that we will be crushing them. It'll obviously be a nice pick me up, a nice little revenge from, I think it was week 4, maybe week 5 matchup when we played them at Buffalo. And obviously we lost, but they have just been absolutely sucking. They've been destroyed. They're 7-6 right now. So sucks to suck for them. But the reason why I wanted to mention this, so John, have you heard the recent news that's been trending around Sean McDermott, the head coach of the Buffalo Bills?
I have not. What's going on?
Oh man, I gotta bring you up to the speed to the story. So there was apparently a story that broke out, and as soon as it broke out, it started trending all over Twitter. That apparently Sean McDermott, in some of his earlier coaching days, to motivate some of these guys. Now, obviously, we all know, like we've both played sports, we both played, competitive team sports, that coaches, there's tactics to motivating. Usually you have like an anecdote, an excerpt, or something like a story that you use to motivate your guys. That's pretty natural. Now, Sean McDermott, to motivate his guys, decides that it is okay and appropriate to basically cite the September 11 hijackers and basically telling his team, what do you guys think the hijackers did as a team in order to accomplish their goal? Just absolutely an unhinged way to try and motivate your guys. He basically admitted that it did happen. Like, he didn't even try to save face and maybe try to say like, no. I feel like something got misconstrued there. But yeah, he basically owned up to it and said that like, yeah, it did happen. And I'm just trying to figure out like, who the fuck would think that that's like an appropriate thing to say? Like, you, especially now.
John McDermott.
Yeah, like I guess that guy. And it's like, bro, you're literally coaching a team now that's in New York. Obviously, Buffalo is like pretty far away from the island of Manhattan, but it's just like, holy shit, bro. Like, read the room. Like, that's just like, there's a million other things that you can cite if you're looking for like a team or like a group of individuals that like overcame adversity. Like, dude, just so bonkers. So I feel like destroying them week 18 is just going to be so patriotic to just like the most American way to like end the season, just like crush them. But yeah, man, like I saw that and I was just like, holy shit, bro. Like,
dude, that game, yeah, we officially mark it in the books. That game is America versus Antifa.
Yeah. basically, it's us against them. It's us against, it's us against the bad guys for sure.
This podcast has officially been flagged by the FBI.
Oh, if it wasn't already, like it's definitely been flagged now. So all our FBI agents are gonna tune in. Like, we're always gonna see like, oh, a third guy joined the call. Like, oh, what's up? But yeah, man, those were my takes for the Dolphins. Super hyped to watch the game after today. But yeah, let's go ahead and change. Let's move on to a couple other items, John. So I think you wanted to mention a couple of things around Messi winning the Times Athlete of the Year.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know anything more than that, honestly, but supposedly the first football, aka soccer player to ever win the award. Pretty fitting, I guess, pretty historic. I'd assume it all comes down to the fact that he's won the most Ballon d'Ors and is just an absolute stud and lives in Miami. It's probably three reasons why I gave it to him, the trifecta, if I had to pick any. The other thing I'd like to say is my YSL acronyms. For any of you that don't know, Young Thug is in trial right now, and his quote, "Not a gang," YSL has released the real meanings of what their acronyms mean. I would like to say what they are real quick. SWAG, someone who admires God. Amen. YSL stands for Young Soldiers of the Lord. SLAT, SLATT, for anyone curious about the selling, stands for Show Love All the Time. Slime stands for Seeing Lord in Me Every Day. And I think those will do it. But absolutely beautiful, remarkable, artistic, creative, religious, faithful. And yeah, what do you think about those, Juan?
I'm definitely aging myself because I get the joke, I get what he's doing, but it's like I gotta be 100% honest here, John. I've never heard any of those words before. I don't know if I want to ask what the actual meaning is, but you said those, and I'm just like, this guy could be making this up as far as I know. I have no clue. Yeah.
Yes, 100%. So yeah, his lawyer did that in his defense. I mean, he's throwing everything he possibly can to defend himself in this case. It's not looking too good, but hey, those are his claims. And moving right along back to soccer, some of the Copa America games for 2024, yeah, next year, have been announced for Miami. Saturday, June 29th, Peru versus Argentina. So Messi versus
Oh,
Peru, lit, big time lit. And the other game, not as exciting, but I mean, if you're from this country, it certainly is. Uruguay versus Panama on the 23rd. So that's going to be real. Next summer in Miami with Copa America is going to be absolutely lit. Absolutely lit.
dude, that's awesome. And I feel like the Peru Argentina game, that's definitely a game that you're probably going to have a dog in that fight because obviously, with your wife being Peruvian, I feel like you've naturally gravitated to that team as well.
Dude, I'm
Um,
Peruvian.
basically, basically,
Yeah,
as far
100%.
as as far as everyone's concerned. I mean, John, you make the best you make the best lomo saltado than anyone I know. So can confirm John is Peruvian. Maybe may not
Thank
look
you.
like the typical one, but I promise you, um, on the integrity of this podcast that he is. And
Thank you.
if you disagree, slat. You know.
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is something exciting to mention. Wood Tavern, for those of you that don't know, probably many of you don't. It's coming back. It's coming back into Alapata. And they're doing a temporary opening at a temporary location on December 23rd, right before Christmas. I believe it's the old Shock location. So super exciting to have another sports bar or a sports bar back in the Wynwood, Alapata area. It's in desperate need. So can't wait to go check those places out.
Dude, I'm excited. I mean, Wood Tavern was such a staple. Maybe not necessarily to everyone, but it definitely holds a special place to me because as someone who is a transplant in Miami, I recall when I came here 8 years ago, still going out and kind of trying to figure out like the scene here. That was one of the first places that I went to. So that's kind of where, I got my bearings for becoming a Miami resident. Like, dude, Wood Tavern was the fucking place to be, man. Like, I remember you could go there at any time. The drinks were cheap. It was always a vibe. The location was awesome, so you could go there with your boys. The music was always good. So yeah, it sucks that like with COVID and everything they weren't able to stay. So I'm super. I mean, when you mentioned the news to me, John, I was super excited. And I guess Alapata is probably going to be Wynwood 2.0. So maybe we got to start looking at some real estate there. Maybe put the podcast headquarters, the Sports Spectator podcast headquarters in Alapata moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Sports Spectator HQ. We will I don't know what we'll do, but yeah, let's do it. Monopoly.
we'll start like a Blackstone like real estate hedge fund and just kind of like just start scooping up all of the property there. Part of all the leasing that we'll do whenever we rent out properties is just like, no, you have to subscribe to the podcast. Like every week we need to see your listening numbers. Otherwise you will be evicted.
Yeah, dude. Yo, that actually gives an idea. We can make NFTs for people based on their hours and just like revoke. Anyway, I'm not gonna go down that road. Too much Art Basel in my brain right now.
Yeah, you're definitely thinking like way out there. I feel like perfect NFTs would just be our two lovely faces. Let's just go ahead and mint that. Let's see what the bidding price is for those. I would buy it.
Facts. Yeah.
Yeah, facts. Um, nice, dude. I am super excited about that. So, John, what other topics? I feel like today's episode. I feel like we're probably both like in a hurry to watch the Dolphins game. Like, what other topics do we want to tell the good people here?
I think maybe the last thing before you give your top five athletes is the Inter Miami preseason schedule got announced that we're playing two games in Saudi Arabia, one versus Ronaldo's team, Cristiano Ronaldo, and the other versus Neymar's team, even though he's out. I believe it's Al Hilal and Al Nasser. So that's pretty lit. I mean, those games are going to be a lot of fun to watch on TV, especially as an Inter Miami fan and a Messi fan. They're going to be in Saudi Arabia. You're going to see the Messi showdown. Messi played Ronaldo while he was in Paris with PSG in a pregame friendly, and they absolutely smoked Ronaldo's Saudi Arabian team. Now, that would probably hurt a lot with Ronaldo because, like, he was coming off not winning the World Cup, and it's kind of a punch in the face because, like, Messi's at this, international brand of a club in PSG, and Ronaldo just got destroyed. It was a preseason game, but anyway, they're still competitors. And so, for Ronaldo's credit, it was a game that he was still learning the team and, like, literally elevating the league as a whole. So now that he's been there for a year, he's won trophies with them, and now that Messi's with Inter Miami, and obviously it's not PSG. I'm sure Ronaldo cannot wait to just absolutely shit on him. So I could see it happening. I could see it being a kind of game that gets like 6 or 7 to like 1 or 2 on Miami's losing side, but it'll be awesome to see it nevertheless. And it'll be really great practice for the Miami team to get going over there and traveling and playing at like that level, because I would say that the Saudi Arabian level is above the MLS. I think I feel confident saying that, but only because there's such bigger stars there. So for example, like we have big stars in Miami, but like there's teams that have like, even like European superstars that are like 28, 27, still in their prime, and like 5 to 6 of them. So, but yeah, that's my take. That was a lot.
Dude, that's crazy. So you're already basically picking the Saudi Arabian. How do you pronounce Ronaldo's team again? Al Nazir?
I believe it's Al Nasser. Like it's literally spelled AL space NASSR. Al
Okay,
Nasser.
Al Nassr. So you're already picking the Al Nassr money line. It sounds like you're fully locked in on that.
I'm locked into that. Yeah, for sure. I might even like bet a spread on it or something. Yeah.
Dude, you guys heard it here first. Like we have a big future Peruvian Poppy picking Ronaldo to beat Messi in that international friendly. We'll see how that goes.
Book it in. Find your hard rock bets and hit it up
before the line changes. All right, man. Before we get into the top 5, definitely, I think it's worth reminding people a couple of announcements. So we obviously have the watch party, which stick around to the top 5 in just a little bit as we have some exciting news around the watch party. So September 17th, we do have our venue officially booked. So we'll give you a little bit more detail on that as part of my top 5 at the end of today's episode. But also wanted to give the listeners a reminder that next week for episode 12, we will be having yet another guest. So make sure we're not going to say who the guest is just yet, but it's going to be really, really cool. Definitely a local here of Miami. Big, big, big Miami sports fan. So it's going to be a sensational episode. So make sure that you tune in next week and check that out. And with that said, let's go ahead into today's, I want to say, very special top 5 athletes of the week. As most of you know, my top 5 athletes of the week, for the most part, tends to be more of nice, friendly banter. But today, I'm actually excited about some of the ones that we have. So I'm going to go ahead and start us off. At number 5, my number 5 spot of my top 5 athletes of the week really just goes to Art. Art absolutely killed it at Art Basel. Every single year puts up sensational numbers in that category. Absolute triple doubles, just goes on an absolute tear. Anywhere you go, there is just Art everywhere during this time of the year. So Art just, again, put up sensational show for everyone. And it gets this week's top 5, Juan's top 5 athletes of the week.
I got a stat that goes along with it. Art Basel, every year since 2021, has increased the price of Bitcoin through its week. So, shout out to Art.
I actually was not aware of that stat. That would definitely, it would explain the rally that we've had this past week. I never would have put those two together, dude. That is good to know.
Art.
Wow. We definitely have to make a snippet out of that because that is good information to know.
Not financial advice, though.
Not legal advice. Like, if you still don't get that by now and you are taking all of our takes at face value, I don't know what to tell you. My next spot, my number 4 spot for my top 5 athletes of the week goes to Jack Daniels for hosting us this Saturday. So I know you went to a lot of Basel events, John, but that was the only one that I got the opportunity to go to, the one that you and I went together. Big shout out to Jack Daniels for having us there. I'm sorry that we snuck into the event, but we still appreciate that they had us there. I can't remember the last time I had Jack Daniels, but I had the Jack on Jack, which was just whiskey with more whiskey. Good for them for like finding a way to market that and like upcharge it. Just whiskey with more whiskey. But yeah, it was fun. A lot of art. It was hosted at the Marlins Stadium. So shout out to Jack Daniels. Feel free to invite us over. Feel free to sponsor this podcast, and we promise we will not sneak into any more events moving forward.
Yeah, thank you for hosting an event that we could sneak into.
Exactly. I think that's the better shout out. Okay, my number 3 spot. I want to go ahead, and this is a very special number 3 spot. Goes to Furia of Wynwood for now being our official venue for our watch party. So again, if you have not seen the RSVP, that is where we'll be having our watch party. December 17th, Dolphins versus the Jets. Come out. We will be there. It's going to be a sensational time. You guys can see how fun we are on a podcast. So just imagine how fun we will be in person. Be there, be square, or be any shape that you identify as. It is 2023 after all.
Any shape whatsoever. Yeah, it's an awesome venue. Beautiful. One of the coolest places in Wynwood. It's actually a LAN center as well. So like it has about like 15 plus like really high powered gaming PCs, a gigantic big screen to watch the TV, to watch the Dolphins game on, big speakers, big art, merchandise. Like we're gonna have a ton of stuff. We're gonna have vendors there. We're gonna have free drinks. We're gonna have free food. It's gonna be popping. If you RSVP on our Party Full list, we will make sure you get in because we might have to limit it because we might be at capacity. So make sure you RSVP so we can get you in for sure. And yeah, our first event, super grateful to Furia for letting us do it there. And this is going to be the event that leads to many more events. So yeah, super excited for it.
Yeah. So we will see all of our listeners December 17th. That is this Sunday. So my number 2 spot, also a very special shout out, goes to Swoon for being a sensational vendor and allowing us to have Swoon at the watch party. So John, I know that you made this connection. So what do you want to talk about Swoon? Like, why do we want to tell the listeners why it is such a great drink?
Yeah, so with all the wellness stuff going on right now, Swoon is a zero sugar kind of like refreshment drink. It's kind of like a healthy energy drink almost. It's sweetened by monk fruit, which is, kind of an energy enhancer, only 5 calories, 100% daily vitamin C. A lot of people have been sick these past couple of weeks with the turning winter. So this is a great drink to get your immune system up, and nothing artificial. So just a healthy, clean drink. We're going to have a bunch of ladies there, a bunch of people that are mindful of their fitness and their health. And this is going to be the drink for you. So super pumped to have them on and really highlight them as a brand because, our first partnership for an event, and we're going to make sure that we do it justice. So thank you to Swoon. Shout out.
Dude, I'm super excited. I might exclusively replace consuming water and just having Swoon altogether. I mean, at only 5 calories, that's sensational. I don't know who's doing it better. I'm super excited.
Future voice, sensational.
I love it. So there you have it, guys. So number 3 and number 2 spot goes to Furia and Swoon. Again, I wanted to save that for our top 5 because we're very, very excited about the watch party. So again, be there. We will see you there. There will be Swoon. There will be Swooning. And there will be the Dolphins beating the Jets. So we'll see you there. Okay. And then to close out today's episode, obviously those were 2 fairly serious top 5 that I wanted to give a shout out to these partnerships that we have. My last one, again, back to a little bit more lighthearted humor. I wanted to give it to Rockstar for, again, they finally announced Grand Theft Auto 6 in their version of Miami that they call Vice City. Anyone who is a Miami resident and has seen the trailer, just Rockstar did a sensational job putting all of Miami in digital form. So I'm super excited about that. Unfortunately, it's not going to come out until 2025. Knowing these AAA titles, I'm pretty sure it'll probably get delayed until like 2026 or something like that. But it was really, really cool. And again, both of us, we love Miami. We live and breathe Miami. So seeing Miami in a video game, I am super, super excited about that. And who knows, maybe by that time, Sports Spectator will be like featured in the game as well. We'll see.
Dude, will be a side quest. Go, I don't even know.
Go be a guest on the podcast.
Yeah, be a guest on the podcast or go to a watch party.
Dude, I love it. I love it. Rockstar, if you're listening, we're happy to, again, hit us up in our DMs, and I'm sure we can work something out. Let us know. We're happy to chat. Can't guarantee anything, but we'll chat with you guys.
I have the thing set up for the writer if they ever listen to this. Put us in the Hard Rock Casino. We'll be in the sports gambling pit. We'll have some side quest mission there, and yeah, that's what we'll do. Dude. So let us know whenever you guys are ready.
I love it. I love it. All right, baby. Well, I think that does it for episode 11 on the 11th. Like you pointed out at the start, another great one, John. Always happy to do these episodes with you. Definitely hope we don't do such a long hiatus. But yeah, man, watch party. We'll see everyone there. And then we will see you guys for episode 12 next week.
Have a great week, everybody. Peace.